guys, this is Callum from EnglishShooting and welcome back to the channel and the Blue Fieldsports gun room because we've got a gun to review. Well, I say review, really there's no point me reviewing this gun because we believe it is the only one here in the UK and there is no one currently making these to UK specification. Of course, for any American viewers and subscribers, you're going to recognize this as the very popular RØDE Mark IV target pistol, and they are very prominent within speed stills. Now this one, as it says on the side of the shroud here, was made by Ballistic Arms and they're no longer in existence, so I believe they're the only person or company to have ever made a UK legal Mark IV RØDE, and they're no longer in existence, so it's going to be very, very hard to try and get your hands on one of them. Now this is owned by a Team Blue Fieldsports member, Tom Ellaway, the very lucky chap that also has the Smith & Wesson 686 UK legal revolver that I've done a video on. Go and check that out if you haven't already seen it, because that's also a very special gun. But yeah, I can't really give consumer advice because you're not really going to be able to go out and buy one. So I thought I would at least make this video just to showcase the gun because it is incredibly rare, the only one in the UK, and just thought a few of you would be very interested in it. So yes, the RØDE Mark IV is very popular for plinking and for speed still competitions. Tom has used this in both speed still and also IPSC and NRA practical handgun or LBP matches here in the UK. And I will say, from going down the range and having a bit of a play with it, it's not hugely suited to practical pistol for IPSC or NRA matches, and that's down to a number of reasons, mainly the magazine. So these are completely standard RØDE Mark IV magazines, fairly easy to get hold of over in the States. I don't know how easy you can get hold of them here, but they are limited to 10 rounds, and Connors has had a quick look at them to see if there's any possibility of extending them. It doesn't look like it, and I don't believe there are any larger magazines available for this gun. So limiting yourself to 10 rounds for a practical match isn't going to be well suited, but for speed stills, 10 rounds is going to be more than enough because between each run you can change the magazine, and Tom I think has about 10 of these, so he's well stocked on magazines and that's not going to cause an issue. Now this gun landed here in the UK with the Trijicon Rmr on top and also this Surefire, and you're probably thinking, why the hell is there a Surefire on this 2.2 semi-automatic pistol? Well, because Tom uses it for practical shooting down at the Froome Club. They like their night shoots over there, so it does come in very, very handy for those practical matches. Now, even with the Surefire removed, the gun is quite front heavy, and I found that it did sort of lead to a lot of oscillation while shooting it. And whilst it was sort of hard to sort of control that barrel with all, obviously, that extra length and extra weight out front, it was still incredibly quick. And I can see, even in the long barreled configuration, why it would be suited so well to a speed still competition. And quite quickly I was able to get really good times on the plate rack and found it very, very natural. So to bring up and get your sight picture, whilst I'm not used to a red dot on a pistol, and personally I prefer to use iron sights, that's what I've shot pretty much since my first pistol, I was able to get on target really, really easily. I found the angle of the grip and getting the sight picture just very, very intuitive, and that lended to getting fairly fast speeds on that plate rack. The reliability of this gun has been really good for Tom. We put about 250 rounds through it in total, with only one malfunction with the mini mag. I don't know if that was down to the gun itself or maybe the magazine, but we were running CCI mini mag and Gecko. Gecko wasn't a single problem with it, so it does seem to like all sorts of ammunition, from the cheaper stuff to the more premium mini mag. In terms of the controls, you've got your safety here on the side, which is fairly easy to get onto and off, and it is ambidextrous, so for those left-handed shooters out there, you get on quite well with it. And you've got your slide release, so it's a bit of a weird mechanism. I haven't seen anything like that. It's actually quite similar to the CZ from, well, they say the CZ, it was the Antrag Zenith from Cotswold Classic Arms. But you can work the bolt like that, and then with it locked back, you can use the release on the side there. That isn't ambidextrous. You've also got your magazine release there on the side, and again, another, I think, bad point in terms of practical shooting is that the magazines are very, very thin and spindly, and you haven't got a huge amount of room there in the magwell. So whilst it's not difficult to load, I think for absolute rapid times, you could definitely benefit from a magwell on it. And I know, yeah, I'm reviewing the gun. I said I wasn't going to do that, but what else am I going to talk about, really? The last thing as well, the trigger. Now, I found the trigger to be quite light and overall quite good, but it has quite a long travel on the reset. So when I was trying to go really, really fast, I found that I really had to slap the trigger to get it working quickly. If you try to do small movements on it, you come to the second target and it hasn't reset and it slows you down, basically. But overall, well, it's a Ruger Mark IV. All of the internals are exactly the same. Of course, if you don't know, the reason it has this massive shroud on it is to make the barrel a total length of 12 inches and the rod to make it an overall length of 24, and a nice little demo of the torch there at the same time. But yeah, apart from that, completely standard inside, so you can buy the plethora of upgrade accessories for this. It is the pistol version of the Ruger 1022, really. So many people use them. There's so many people, or so many of them out there in the wild, out in the States predominantly. So it's a great plinking gun, great competition gun for speed steals. I know people like Grimes uses the Mark IV in competition. So Tom has said that there is an upgrade kit available for the trigger to reduce that travel, which he's going to be very interested in getting hold of. And when he does that, it will be interesting to go down and see the difference. And if the gun wasn't unique enough for the UK market, being the only one in existence, Tom has gone for this very distinctive green Cerakote, so you're certainly not going to miss it down there on the range. So for a completely custom gun, with Tom going to Ballistic Arms and basically commissioning it off of his own back, the price I was actually really surprised with. So Tom said that it landed here in the UK, total cost with the Trijicon Rmr and the Surefire, for around £1,500. Now, for long barrel pistols, you've got the likes of the GSG around the £400-500 mark, the PPQ around the £700 mark, but we are seeing more expensive LBPs on the market. We've got the Caliber Innovation CIP22, the Glock Not a Glock, that's £1,500, and the Antrag Zenith CZ from Cotswold Classic Arms, that's going to run you about £1,700-1,800. So with the dot, with the Surefire as a completely custom one-off gun, landed here in the UK for 1,500 quid, I really don't think is bad at all. Now, if you are really, really interested in one of these, if you absolutely have to have one, well, Blue Fieldsports does import guns from the US fairly regularly, and if you are really that interested, we could potentially look at having one commissioned with another company. So if you are interested, drop Blue Fieldsports an email or a message on Facebook and we'll see what we can do for you. But yeah, it's again a fairly unicorn gun. Tom seems to be a big collector of those in the UK with the Smith & Wesson as well. But yeah, I thought you guys would be really interested in it. You don't see these often on the competition circuit. Well, you're only ever going to see the one of them as we understand at the moment. But yeah, let me know what you think of this gun in the comments section below, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed for future videos. And as always guys, I hope to see you soon.